first Yannick Sinavison, away from tennis Vicent to the big game. Yataka said the best transfer you can do is to first maintain your key players. Now the question here is how do you maintain your key players? Since the player be establishing as a key player, the next now we shall win a trophy. Into when you start with winning titles with your major key players, the project become edible to extent say, person will move from that team. And so check Enzo Maresca. Within a 1 year spell with Chelsea now, which means say winning major trophies, it is creating some trust within some top guys within Chelsea team. Ebia Senka, Copa person move to Real Madrid. What Real Madrid can achieve, Chelsea are achieving. Into that kind of trust now, it was someone still within the key players to be willing to stay within that club. And winning this club World Cup, add that trust and the core of the players were willing to stay. Yet it is Enzo Fernandez Madrid pen. But if Madrid can win trophies, Chelsea are winning trophies. Indeed, there's nothing that can trigger him apart from say be something I would do on Ankasa. But in terms of project Ankasa, the guys are trying to believe in the project because of the title. And then again, say move from Enzo Maresca, Vicent. So check Chelsea owners now. Pedro is not Silvio Berlusconi. Pedro is not Massimo Moratti. He's not that. He's not having that experience on the market. Say so same place now and far. He can still have trust on the coach. But listen, this style to the Crampono. Say Enzo Maresca say okay, me Ronaldo Crampona. Pedro will be willing to go to the market and begin. Because what let's say when I give you quality, you have the edge to give me returns. And that's one thing from that perspective. But listen, the next thing in this game, Italian coaches in finals. Obiasa me the best, but me the best coaches in finals are Spanish coaches. The reason they are servicing, they will control the game, they will play you and beat you. And then again, the next best coaches in finals, German coaches because be attack. But listen, one unique thing about Italian coaches in finals, they know how to balance between conservative football and proactive football. They know how to make sure so on contain opponents no matter be a fine way to attack and get a win over them. Indeed, that's the reason why I can say Italian coaches in finals there very interesting to it because they know how to manage the game, control, be conservative, and also find a way to win the front foot. Indeed, that's one thing from that perspective. But to Rob Sanchez, we said every game be and as the finals be yet I almost say strikers need define finals, Now, as a striker defining final, Vicent, the memories becomes everlasting. Because goal now, it may take you years to forget that goal. And then again, some midfielders and decide finals. What you say, there's a perpetual joy within the fans. But when goalkeepers decide finals, Vicent, the entambo mudi. But recent time, what you say, in every final we will play goalkeepers always on top of issues. And then this man was, on top of the element. What the left, he will give you safe. What the right, listen, every angle, Rob Sanchez was top there. Listen, time on ya the Nebona Chisa, but for now, I know pull it. Interesting save. No, let's give to our branch first, Rob Sanchez. But then again, listen, Copa my face gone. The last time I say, Joao Pedro, no, he's a gem. Now, listen, a guy about he can create separations between defenders with the ball. He can also create separation between defenders without the ball. Now check it, baby. Copa Magina. A branch of first Pedro making sure say obe setting the screen, obe making sure so obe engaging two center backs now paving way for Copama. This is elite player over. And strikers are more instinctive. No, these are some things they do off the ball. And in terms of some creating separation, go and what the first and second goal no, against Fluminense, and he created separation between the two center backs. But Nra, he wasn't the man having the ball, but one can making sure say obey separate center backs no, for a teammate to score. That is a class from a Brighton. But listen, you're going to how Chelsea won the game tactically.
Okay.
Listen, the first thing that Enzo Maresca was the man-to-man marking. Now, listen, we have man-to-man marking this way. The first thing here, say, you are limiting passing lanes. You are also limiting passing options. There is no space on the one of the fact. In Teba say now, what the PSG decided said they will go for a long ball. In the moment now, Paris and you may opt for long ball after the moment of man-to-man marking. Listen, on long ball now. Dembele and Desiree Diom, they are not guys that can handle the ball in terms of hold up play and block opening. Into all the time I Chelsea press on high, they opted for long balls. But long balls, no, they don't have the target men to hold the ball and invite play into your qua. The next night Chelsea year how typical regrouping in the crucial zones. Listen, Sabono ba animwa. The dangerous players for Paris Saint-Germain wings. Now Sabono call left winger. Look at a number of players trying to occupy and help their fullback to defend. As also got the other side now, you get 3-4 players trying to make sure so they can regroup and make sure say Chelsea will not be exposed 1v1 against Maresca and a branch of Desiree Dui. This is the next now we year. I say Enzo Maresca tracking Dembele from the left and the right. Now check the first track on. Or making sure say Dembele move into the left half spaces. A branch of friend say Chaloba bet tracking very well. Now tracking we are nipa play will cover for and avoid no. In the check ball timer the red ink yeah branch of friends say Chaloba and the Osman Dembele. But you see certain Reece James are all cover for baby a branch of friends say Chaloba honum. Now say the left side now. What you say a branch of friends Levi Cole was trying to track a branch of friends Osman Dembele. Then again Marco Correa making sure say obe cover up for inti. In terms of regrouping the defensive Italian system now making sure say we understand the principles of defending of it, and it was interesting for Chelsea Football Club. Listen, but the moment for Chelsea the Gusto Palmer combination. Okay. Listen, and no, Palmer was more or less a Mezzella and the same thing the floater. Now, say Chelsea had build attack now, or drop it deep. Listen, about for me a certain rectangular midfield. Send a bear Chelsea will get dominance in midfield. But or receive a bono, or receiving a sense, about tracking the awareness of Nuno Mendes. But Nuno Mendes, Echo Palmer, now branch of friends and Malo Gusto in Zubium. In the Jackie he is having a man in Kopama to mark, but he's still having another option, the shape of Malo Gusto also track down. In Taban is how all the time 2 versus 1 they are going to expose you. This is the next thing is so crucial for Chelsea in the game. How are Rob Sanchez and not me break lines with passes. Utumun say whenever Kopama drop it to the left. Nasa branch of ends up let's go right now. Space but then fin. Now branch of friends Pedro to drop it deep ever boss no. Into a drop is you get a branch of friends say. I mean Rob Sanchez all locate. I mean a branch of friends Joao Pedro with the ball. It was interesting how to manipulate and create spaces in the midfield and make sure so the goalkeeper will beat the high pressing of Paris Saint-Germain and locate a branch of friends Joao Pedro. It was interesting from that perspective. Listen, Kopama, you go back on listen, go away. I mean, Joao Pedro is a gem. But one thing I tackle here say, so defending against a left-footed player on the right side. Man and Fabon caught the favorite foot. Now check baby Vitinha and a branch of his Berald Regina. Berald na town original sinister. Listen, when you do that, no woman is space to play on the front foot. Now also making sure to back corner Kopama to their white spaces. A bassa just or sounds your body be and some wash your goal. But listen, ask yourself, what came about the goal? Joao Pedro offered a certain decoy run. Into a movie, Beraldo was watching the space. A branch of Pedro exploit. At the same time, he's looking at Kopama. You can't do 2 things at the same time in the field. And answer on the field. That was interesting from Chelsea. The next thing, listen, how the weakness of Beraldo exposed the Paris Saint-Germain. Bassa, listen, check it both to the Joao Pedro goal. I mean, you don't do that. So defend it in the line. Listen, make sure say so check it baby Pedro and moving to no. Beraldo supposed to move in that space. Not making sure say they will engage Kopama on the front foot. But they decide to give him space. And on your coin a penetrate here. But listen, the entire game was about Moises Caicedo. Listen, and yes, a Paris and okay. Look, they did a lot of things. But whenever they are creating those spaces, no, Caicedo is there to I mean, watch. Listen, they will expand Chelsea on the wide, expand the midfield. But we are setting Moises Caicedo is going to cover up and make sure say the midfield will be very, very thick. And then they give us or tracking every keeper on the field. We have, I mean, Osman Dembele or the amount. We have Vitinha. He was the man of making sure that the midfield very, very thick. And I told you, so only strength of you and Cruyff now they want to play midfield. Into your numbers and midfielders all combine a lot of energy, mechanical accuracy. A partner, and you are going to get it. I think saying top. I mean, tactical display from Enzo Maresca. And I believe that gradually the trust of the players, the trust of the board, and then the love of the fans is going to be there. And coach, if you want to succeed, when you get the trust of the players, the trust of the board, they can buy key players for you to function. I think say Chelsea are a team to watch under